Thanks so much. Continue with our discussion, Consumer Protection Act and what the regulations or the implications thereof will be to you, the consumer, and general trading practice. Christelle Fourie, Managing Director of MU Insurance, is on the line with us. But let's take a caller now. Emma Lahleni in Woodbank. Esther, good morning to you.
Morning.
Yes, what's your concern?
My concern is I have bought a house in 1990. We've been making payments, but now our term is ending next year. Now, my problem is now they say I'm owing 46,000, whereas I know that by next year our term is ending. Now they say I must start again and rearrange with them to start making new payments again. All right, Esther,
so please stay listening, and maybe you can give our producers details as well if you need further clarity. We'll give you email addresses. Christelle, let's just check a look at what Pamela was saying from KwaZulu, saying that she bought a television set that wasn't working, and she took it back, and now she's paying for something she doesn't own.
I think both these certainly point us to the fact that the Consumer Protection Act is really necessary. I just have to say that the Consumer Protection Act is only coming into effect at the end of October, and it might be extended even until next year. So the protection under that Act is not in place at the moment, and the regulations haven't been published. But what the concerns are here about is that people have been given or have signed contracts that they didn't understand clearly what the outcome of those contracts would be if things change. So it's very important now going forward, whenever there's a legal contract or a binding document being put in place with a consumer, that everything is explained in plain language to those consumers, that they understand exactly what their rights are in the event of the property being sold again, or if they can't afford their repayments.
Yeah. All right, Fatima in Pretoria, salam to you, and what's your question or your contribution?
Hi, Cindy.
Hello.
Hi, this is Fatima speaking. I'm calling from Pretoria.
Yes.
Yes, I basically have one comment, and that is that, hold on please, let me just switch off my TV.
All right.
And that is that consumers need to empower themselves. We've got an act now, and it's going to be senseless if consumers don't take the time to go through the act and try to understand exactly how it empowers them and how they can use the act to their advantage. There's been many legislation that happened in the past to protect, groups of people or interests. And if people don't know what it entails, it's a pointless exercise.
Absolutely. That's a very valid point. But I mean, at the end of the day, it needs to be a two-way stream. If there is unscrupulous business practices, business needs to be wrapped around the knuckles. Let's speak to John in Etv. Hello to you, John.
Hi, good morning. How are you, Cindy?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good to take my call.
Thank you.
Listen, I bought a lawnmower in March. Okay, the guy never told me that it is electrically guaranteed. It was a brand new lawnmower, about two brand new lawnmowers, about for 8,000 rand. Both the motors stuck within the 1 year guarantee. I went back to him. He told me, no, he can't do anything because on electrical parts it is expired for 3 months. And so I lost out 8,000 rand within 3 months.
I understand your frustration. Thanks so much. Let's speak to the expert. Christelle, exactly the warranties and the guarantees, all of that is very confusing, and particularly if the item that you purchase would cease to work after the guaranteed period.
Well, again, it's exactly what we said before. Going forward, all the warranties and guarantees will have to be explained in a plain and simple manner to the consumer. Something interesting to understand is, I don't know if when you go into a parking garage and you get those little parking tickets, and at the back of the parking tickets are the reverse side conditions. No one ever reads it because it's printed in very fine print, and it's, you don't really see it. Going forward, everything will have to be explained and printed in a readable font so that you can be clearly made aware of the exclusions and the exceptions.
Yeah, I just want to look at, again, the financial institutions where we had Esther and Emma Lahleni saying that she had bought a home and thinking that she had finished paying it off, and then there's some residual value or the other thing that she needs to pay. What do consumers do at this moment while we're waiting for the Consumer Protection Act to be phased in completely, hopefully this year? What do we do now? Ombudsman, which direction should one go?
Well, Cindy, I'm an insurance specialist and not a general consumer specialist,
sure.
So I wouldn't know how to recommend, what to do next in that instance. If it was an insurance-related matter, we already have a host of legislation in place to protect the consumer through the phased ombudsman and the insurance ombudsman. So you would be referred to those individuals or advisors to assist you with consumer complaints.
Yeah.
And it's also something that, there's a lot of grey areas still on how the insurance, different insurance pieces of legislation be updated to accommodate the Consumer Protection Act. So we're still very much in a grey area as far as the Consumer Protection Act is concerned, but it is overall a huge step in the right direction. It is all about the age of the consumer, protecting consumer rights, and we can all look forward to that, I think.
Thanks so much, Christelle. I think the first call of contact would be with the financial service provider at the time, try and resolve that failing, which then you need to go with the Consumer Forum, as Christelle alluded to. Thanks so much. We're speaking to Christelle Fourie, the Managing Director of insurance firm MUA, talking about how the Consumer Protection Act will give consumers more power. Now, though, let's hand you over to our sports desk. Mark Chase is standing by.